Hey everyone, I'm going to complete some more card kits using my first design, which is based off the MFT horizontal stitch stripes cover die. This is the card that I produced using the cover die set, and then I've previously created my first card kit, which creates this card in here, and it contains all the components to create 13 cards. If you want to take a look at how I created this, I will put a link in the top right hand corner so you can watch part one. I'm showing you this box. This is a box that I have just full of 1.5 inch strips. A lot of them are 6 by 6 in length by 1.5, but there's also a bunch of them that are 12 inches by 1.5. This is left over from a giant project that I did many years ago, so none of these are recent designs, but there is a variety of colors, a variety of events, and I often find cool things in here that I can match to create an interesting card. I will take a look at what I've created in here. These are my little baggies with what I've chopped up. I've essentially gone through my folders of plain cardstock. I've been trying to clear those out. They were stuffed with leftover cardstock. I think I'm going to refresh my memory about how many I created of each. Piece number 4, I created as many of those as I could because I knew that I would not be able to get those out of my 1.5 inch strips. I have 114, 69, 90, and 48. Let's see how we go. Now that I've created a bit of a framework of a bundle of 20 and a bundle of 24, I'm not a big fan of having the pattern paper at the end. So really having pattern paper at the top and then 3 colors at the bottom. I always talk about balance, and there's probably an art and design term for it, but for me, it's just about trying to line things up so that they you know, the colors are a little bit balanced, but also in this instance, the size of the panels. So somehow on this one, I need to keep the mustard color and the stripes separated, but I need to move the mustard so that it's in the middle. So as one of the middle two. So strategically, there's a couple of things that I could do. I could just move these and shuffle them down and see how that looks. I don't mind it. I think the trick is where I'm going to put the happy birthday. That needs to be on one of the bigger panels. If I switch this, then I do have the mustard and the stripe next to each other, and I do think they are better separated. Which means if I shuffle these two up, what about this? That is not bad. I actually really quite like that, because this will mean that we've shuffled things around quite a bit, but we've lined up our colors in a way that makes sense. And we've left a bigger panel in this middle section here so that the happy birthday can be attached to it. We've separated the mustard and the stripe. I think that's what I'm going to go with on that side. So I know I've talked in the past about doing my 1-4-3-2, but I guess in this instance, this is 1, 4. In this instance, I'm doing 2-1-4-3. Okay, what am I going to do over here? I have a similar challenge. I could simply switch the blue and the brown to move the brown into the middle a bit more. It won't change the balance. We'll still have a happy birthday on this bigger panel in the middle. It just brings the browns into the mix a little bit more, which I like. I really wasn't planning on creating a new number strategy here, but I have a 4-1-3-2 and I have a 2-1-4-3, as opposed to my normal design, which is 1-4-3-2. Anyone confused yet? I apologize. Okay, so I'm now going to create the sample card for each of these, and I will pop them into a Ziploc bag ready to go. The one thing that I have not created for these is a sentiment. I do have quite a few circle happy birthdays, so I think that actually looks okay if it's got a mat behind it. That could work for a simple card. I only have these pink and red ones in terms of strips that are prepared. And I do have my giant box here of sentiments. So I think I'm going to try and work out how to use some of these. I do not think that my little squares, and I do have lots of these little squares, I do not feel like these ones work. It's just not big enough to make a statement, and it doesn't line up well. Like there's not really anywhere that I think I would put this and be happy that it was a plain card. I do also think that whoever's creating these cards might add extra embellishments to jazz these up. I quite like that they're plain, but whoever's making them may not agree, and they might want to add some things to decorate. So there is a possibility that I could add a sentiment, assuming that they'll do extra decoration. But for the moment, I think I'll look through and try and find some that are a little bit of a more appropriate design. This one being bigger looks a little bit better. I've now created 2 packs. These packs have the sample card and 19 and the sample card and 23. Neither of the designs have sentiments yet. I am going to have to work out what my approach is going to be with the sentiment, but I thought that I will continue to make up these packs and then I'll deal with the sentiments all in one go. Okay, so I've finished my second bundle. I've got 15 of one, 12 of the other. I'm going to put together a sample for each of these, and which will mean there'll be 14 cards that can be created here and 11 that can be created here. So I've now created another 2 packs. So I've done the 14 and the 11. These both have a very similar design, but I've done them separately for the purpose of them being able to spread out to multiple volunteers to put them together. Again, I don't have sentiments in these ones yet, so I will need to work out an approach. Okay, I have my next 3 sets. These 2 are again very similar, but I decided to separate the owls from the foil squares. This will give me 20 for here and 9 for here, and then 12 over here. Now this includes the sample card, so I always remove 1 when I'm writing out my sheets. So this one here will be for card kit for 8. Yes, there'll be a sample, adhesive and envelopes. The middle one will be 19 and a yes. So these ones are all the same. I anticipate that when I do other card kits down the track, I will structure them differently, make the cards a little bit more complex than just these strips. I still haven't done the sentiments for any of these, but I'm going to create a sample card, pop them into a Ziploc. So I now have 3 additional card kits. This first one makes 11. This is the one that had the trees. This was the one that I split. This one has 19 with the owls on it. And then this one here has 8. This one I had the 2 charcoal greys next to each other because these two were quite similar in style. So to make this card look a little bit more balanced, I put the yellow into the middle, so they do look quite differently now. I did mix it up a little bit by adding some extra pattern paper. I have these 3. I have 8, 27, 38, 51, 74, 93, 104, and 118. 118 cards can be made out of these card kits. There's 8 card kits here, 119, and then there's obviously the sample cards. 119 plus 8, so 127 cards made out of paper scraps. So I've laid out all of my sentiments that I have available, and now the trick is to see if I can line some of these up with the card kits that I had created. The good news is there's quite a few that are in neutral. If I'm looking at the number I've got of some of these, I do have quite a few of these thank yous that I can matte in whatever color is necessary. There's 11 of these bring on the cake. Could I use those 9 on here and just put a bring on the cake? And I think I could. I think that means I've got 2 of those left. I'm gonna attach these to here, and that one is done. So if I go back to the 2 with 11, which means I need 12 for these ones, and I could do different sentiments. They don't have to be necessarily the same. I wonder if this one I could do a mixture. That happy birthday does suit that card. I need another 4, and because of the orange tones, I could perhaps matte these thanks you're a lifesaver. If I matte those, I could double matte them like with these ones here, and that would really make them stand out from the orange that they're going to go on top of. This one needs 19. This is the one with the owls. So it actually needs 20, including the owls, which is a lot. If I did this happy birthday and I matted it with, say, a bright yellow, that would tie the yellow in, and the black matches the owl's eyes. I think that one would actually work really well. I'm gonna find 20 of these. So this is 20, so these are done. The next bundle there's 24 of these ones. These ones do have some blue in it. This gives me 15. I could use the silver ones also, and then they're at least all thank you cards. So this gets me to 20, and then I need 4 more. There's a few teal colored ones in there, so I think the circle would look quite good with this design, as long as it's matched with the right teal paper, which I think the person doing this could work out. 14 of this design. Again, this really does look like it needs the right colors. I wonder how many of these match. That one could work. So 1, ooh, yellow on top of yellow. I'd have to double matte this. So that's 4. The blue does not work. The black works. And even though there's gray in this, I do think the gray clashes with this. So I'm going to say that doesn't work. That would give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I do think maybe this bicycle might be okay. This does match in with the dark at the bottom. Brilliant. And this requires 20. We can do these 2. We do these 2 happy birthdays, they'll work. These thank yous. That gets us halfway there. That gets us to 10. And then I do have brown circles. I do have 11 of these. So we've got half happy birthday, we've got 10 happy birthday, we've got 10 thank you. And the brown matches in with this pattern here, so I think that will look really good. This one we need 12. We have 3, 6, 7. So we need 5 more for this one. We could do 2 of the bring on the cake. That matches with the tree. So what did we have? 7, 8. So we've got 9. So we need 3 more. Maybe I could do 3 of the happy birthdays from here, but if I pick the burgundy ones, done. Now that I've selected all of the sentiments for the different card kits, I'm going to add it to the sample card and then add the sentiments into the package for the person who's going to put the cards together. This means I have 8 card kits completed, which will make a total of 127 cards, including the sample cards. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way through to the end. I've added a link here to another video that I think you might really enjoy. Have a great day.